Good morning to all of you. I, CA Bhavi Chakar, on behalf of the Professional Skills Enrichment Committee, ICAI, welcome all the participants in the today's webcast on developing automation skills with Python, a game changer for CAs. Good morning, sir. I welcome you. Today we have CA Vivek Agrawal ji, who will be explaining us how this Python is being a game changer for CAs. Welcome, sir, to both today.
Thank you, ma'am.
Let me give you a small and a very brief introduction about Vivek Agrawal ji, sir. Sir is a fellow chartered accountant and a company secretary with a specialized credentials including IFRS, forensic audit, and IND-AS certifications, along with an executive course in business analytics from IIM Calcutta. Sir is a partner in accounting advisory, assurance, and forensic at SK Agrawal and Company LLP. He leads IND-AS forensic audits and assurance verticals, driving an integration of AI, data analytics, and automation into financial reporting, audit processes, and forensic reviews. He has successfully implemented IND-AS across multiple industries and advises on complex accounting softwares, ERP analytics, and SOP driven process improvements. He is a national speaker with over 1,000 plus sessions. Vivek sir has trained officers from CAG, NTPC, NHPC, CBDT, SAIL, and various government departments. He has served as a past president of ACAE and has contributed significantly as a special invitee and a co opted member on ICAI's keyboards, including sustainability accounting standards, auditing assurance, and he has drafted the forensic accounting standards, the aura course, and the audit quality maturity model. A peer reviewer, technical reviewer, and an active member of the prominent study circles. His vision is to modernize the accounting and assurance professions through AI driven precision, transparency, and strategic value. In today's developing world where AI has engulfed so many platforms and learning this new platforms, sir, it is a big opportunity for us today to hear you live with all the important things that you are going to discuss in this session. I welcome you, sir, today, and we are eager to hear you on this important topic. Welcome, sir, for
Thank you,
today's
thank you to
session.
thank you to Bhaviji and thanks to the committee, Professional Skills Investment Committee, Chairman and Co-Chairman Jay Chhera sir and Abhay Chhaja ji. And friends, today we are here to discuss an important language. I would say it as a language because I feel that today, after Excel as a language which we have been using since long, Python is one more language which we all have to inculcate amongst ourselves. And this I can say by after using it for around 1.5 years in my office, probably across the domain which we work on, from forensic to accounting advisory to audit to large extent of risk advisory. And I will try to give you some snippets of the practical tool cases which are there with me for you all. But before that, let's understand. When we talk about Python, many people keep on saying, Vivek, why we have to learn Python? It's for coders, it's for data analytics, it's for engineers. We are not a data science person or data engineers. So whether we should learn Python? And if yes, how can I learn Python? It's a coding language. But friends, nowadays the things has changed. The ball has rolled and Python for CA can be really very helpful, can be very interesting, and many a time it can be very addictive also because when we are trying to create a small tool and we are seeing the result and it is helping our life in our office, we tend to stay back and we tend to do review other toolkits which you can create in our work. When I say toolkit, let's first understand Python. Vivek, What is Python for as such? Python is the programming language, and it's a language which is very close to many. I would uh, give me 1 second. Python as a language is a one which can be very helpful for many, and which can be very addictive also. When I say it can be addictive, why I say so? Because I've been using Python since now, and it has been helping me. It has been helping me because we all know that data is the new oil, and if data is the new oil, then the code is the new currency, and together they form the new economy. And we are not coders, and we are not meant to learn codes also, but we are the best domain expert which can be there. Why I say we are the domain expert? Because no one knows finance, no one knows audit, no one knows analytics better than us. And with the understanding of basic coding, when I say basic coding, I don't expect you to learn Python coding. I will only say we should know what is required from us is understanding of opening the software, learning the codes, and closing the software. That's it. Vivek, is it so simple? Yes. And we are empowered with the AI ecosystem which is there. And if I would have told that I have to take this session in 2 hours, maybe 2 years back, I would say it would not be possible in 2 hours. But in today's AI ecosystem, it is practically possible. Why? Just listen to this small video.
What I want to know is what is one thing which AI can't copy from humans? Which I would like to know that. What kind of a thing would it be that humans can do but AI can't?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, actually, it's an excellent question, and in fact, this is probably the single most vital question for now,
right.
which is what are all the things that AI can do? What can it do? It turns out that as we speak, AI has no possibility of doing all of what we do. However, depending on the jobs that we do, sometimes it could do 20% of our jobs, 20% of our work, 1,000 times better. For some people, it might be able to do 50% of their job 1,000 times better. But in no job can they do all of it. And so this is the great observation. Because of that, every one of us should apply AI to automate, to become an assistant to help us with that either 20%, 40%, or 50%. People ask me, Jensen, is AI going to take your job? And I tell them, absolutely not. The person who uses AI to automate that 20% or 50% is going to take your job.
No, the person who uses AI is going to take our job and not the AI itself. And in today's world, I would say it's about CA versus technology. Because if we embrace automation, and it is embracing automation in today's ecosystem will not be a luxury, but it will be about survival. It will be there required for us. And we have to shift from the Excel mindset to programming mindset. When I say programming mindset, I don't expect again you to do coding, but like we have been using if sum, if VLOOKUP, etc., we have to just understand how a code is required to be done. And remaining can be done by this powerful AI which is there. And that is why Python has become useful for domain experts like CA. Python has become very, very powerful to automate the works which we do in our office. And it's rightly said that either we adapt the change, we accept what is happening, or we be away or out of our business. This I'm saying from my experience of last 5 years. Presently, our audit team looks something like this. Tax expert is there in a large team of a large organization audit. There's a manager, there's an audit partner, there's a staff 1, 2, 3, and 4. But now things are changing. Why? Because now the audit teams are like this. There's a cyber security expert. There's a data analytics. There's an audit data center expert. And there's something called vibe coder. Vibe coder are those which gives a prompt, take out the code, run the codes, and help in the complete team. As a person who is an expert doing coding, not doing coding, but to generating the codes from AI. And when we say white coding, let's understand what is basic white coding. This I am discussing before discussing Python, because this will be the roots or the backbone for our Python learning journey when we start. White coding is nothing but just writing the instruction in English. AI converts the code, no Python syntax required, the scribe and AI generates the script, and fastest automation route for any chartered accountant. And our life will not be something like this. We don't want to become a coder. So what will be the difference between the traditional coding and white coding? Traditional coding, you have to know the syntax, low technical, very hard for non-tech users like us, and require lots of debugging. But in today's coding, we have natural language, we have fast and intuitive, built for domain experts like us, and AI handles the debugging itself. Vivek, what are the things which can be done? Using Python and white coding, reading any Excel file, reading any CSV file. When we go for our bank audits, you have got humongous data as text file, reading that. And then the Panda software does the manipulation of those. That is a Panda is again library in Python. Don't get very heavy when I talk about library and syntax. I'll come to that. And this pandas help us to visualize what is there in those Excel files or CSV, and then the rules and validation and automated exports happen. This practically you will see just for consumption, just for understanding, and just for laying the foundation I'm discussing with you. Just give your explanation. What can be the explanation of it? Like, act like a Python expert. I have this 26 AS. Each transactions are on 2 lines. I want them to be converted in a clean Excel file. Thereafter, give me party-wise detail and section-wise detail and month-wise detail. The TDS deducted amount paid to us, and total section-wise detail under which section how much was deducted for the payment made to us. That is the domain expert requirement or explanation which is required for doing the white coding. And then AI generates the script. You just run the script, review the output, and it's a trial and error when you're doing the first program of yours. And thereafter, just refine and save the script for future use. When you're giving the prompt or whenever we are discussing about white coding, be specific what you want, how you want, mention the output format. If possible, give a sample data. Like, this is my credit card. I want all the transactions in this credit card in Excel file. Give rules clearly. I want section-wise 26 years. I want party-wise. I want month-wise. What you want in which sheet in the Excel. And if required, if you want to deep dive, ask to explain the code also, how you have done this. And that is obviously second or third level before just doing the basic automation. And obviously, there's always a scope of improvement, like any software, any mobile software we are using, there's always latest version of that coming in, day out. And if you give a vague prompt, missing context, not validating the result, not checking what is the outcome, too many tasks for a single prompt, it may go haywire. So, how to use white coding? Simply, just use it for automating the repetitive audit procedures which are there, analyzing the huge database instantly, reducing errors, building tools without having the understanding of coding. Vivek, is it possible? Yes, it is possible. In today's ecosystem, obviously it is possible. And stay ahead in AI-driven reporting. So clean and validate data, audit analytics, dashboard, MIS automation, detecting anomalies, drafting reports and observation. These are some of the areas where Gen AI can do for serious. And it has a high impact area like stat audit. I am using lots of Python codes, internal audit, forensic audit, IFC testing, RCM testing, GST validation, 2A reconciliation, bank audit sampling, ledgers cleaning, aging and reconciliation, MIS automation, predictive analysis. These are some of the areas. You think of it, any repetitive work, you can automate. How to do it? Hybrid accounting plus data analytics. The future of CS, audit automation standard. Continuous auditing is a great field which is coming in, or which has actually come in. Vivek, what do you mean by continuous auditing? I'll just give you a basic understanding or element of the top of the surface. Suppose your client is in a SAP ecosystem. You have a Tableau or Power BI dashboard. You just pull the data from the database of the SAP or SAP ERP software and you give a real-time reporting. You give real-time exception like clearing account not cleared, MIDO not created, vendor aging date-wise, old vendors of prior to March when bill was not passed, therefore GST input cannot be claimed, and hundreds of such areas. The turnaround time of the vehicle inside the factory. All these are continuous auditing, the real-time auditing. Now, no one looks for a report which is 3 months old, 1 month old, or year old. They all want a real-time, like a flash news. So you have real-time auditing which is coming in, and Python has made our life very simple. AI-driven insights and CA with AI knowledge will actually lead. That is what I tried to show in the earlier video as well. So when I say Python, and AI, what do you mean with it? I mean that Python can combine what Excel, Power BI, and RPA tools do into one stack, into one single code. Meaning, in Excel, we used to just pull the data from PDF files. In Power BI, we used to make the dashboard. And in RPA, we used to automate all this stuff. Now, as I said in our previous slide about continuous auditing, this can be done using Python with a single coding. You just run the script from database directly, the data is taken, automatically cleaned, dashboard created, and all this process is automated, which is the RPA. So data cleansing, analysis, visualization, and automation, everything can happen in a single Python code. That is the power of Python. It scales far beyond Excel. There is no limit how many rows can be there. It's open source, no license cost, and runs on Windows, Mac OS, Linux, and even mobiles. Just to inform you, ICA has formally introduced Python in the Advanced IT curriculum from 2025. So the future the contents which will come with the basic Python exposure as well. Vivek, you talked about data analysis. Yes, Python can be used as a data analysis tools. And there's some programming language, Python being one of them. There are other like R, Julia, and some auto-managed closed tools like Tableau I was talking about, like Looker, Joe Analytics. With this basic background, the programming languages are open source, free or very cheap at throwaway prices, extremely powerful, no limitation, and steep learning curve. Auto-managed closed tool is closed source, expensive, limited, and easy to learn compared to programming language. But now you don't have to learn the programming language. You have to know the prompt from which you can generate that code. And why Python for data analytics? Very simple, intuitive to learn, correct language, powerful libraries, just not for data analysis, but for many things. Free and open source, and amazing community docs and conferences which are there, like this session which is happening today by this committee of ours. So data analysis process, we all know, I'll not be going into that. Python and PyData. Just to touch upon the history, Python was conceived by Guido van Rossum in 1980, and the implementation started way back in 1989. The first version of Python was introduced in 1994, and it has taken a long journey of around 50 years. And today, all the non-technical people like us are also trying to decode Python. Why? Thanks to the ecosystem of AI which has come in last 2 or 3 years. Vivek, you talked about library. Yeah, this slide is very important. Before we deep dive, although we are not required to learn the codings, if the basic understanding is there about the libraries, we can actually take it to the 10x of using Python. There's something called pandas, NumPy. They all are for data analysis, lookups, filtering, working with Excel file. Then we have something called Matplotlib, Seaborn. They are charts, they are visuals. Extremely powerful for making any chart, from scatter diagram to bar graph to piston charts to pie charts and so on. And all that can be real time live as well. Then we have something called Request, Beautiful Soap, Selenium. They all are web scraping API automation. We have OpenPy Excel. Excel is like for Excel automation. Lots of Excel automation can be done using Python as well. We have PyDBC, Skylight. They are for database, ERP connectivity, as I was talking about, how to connect with SAP, maybe Farvision or Navision, an ERP tool like Oracle, and so on and so forth. Then we have very lovely software libraries like PyPDF. PDF Plumber is my favorite, and we have Vectorselect. They all read the PDF file and give us very good data in our working, whereby we can just have the bank statements uploaded and have everything in Excel. Thereafter, something kind Open Pixel or XLS Writer and automate the translation of BRS. And if you want to go a step further, where you have graphical user interface, you have something like Streamlit, Tkinter, and Django. And Tkinter, Streamlit is those where you have option to use like a Windows. You give me option to open the file. You give me option to save the file, and so on and so forth. This basic Python, some of the libraries I just discussed, to give you a feeler of it. Don't get worried if you don't want to. Just note it down so that when in future you are using this, when in future you are using a code generated from say Cloud AI or ChatGPT or Gemini, you can see which libraries they are using. It may happen that the code generated has given you a library called PyPDF, and your work is not happening, the OCR is not working, the script is not making a wonderful job. You can just say, instead of PyPDF, kindly use PDF Plumber, and then it can do lots of wonders. So I hope libraries are clear with you all. This is a master sheet for all of you. What it is, Vivek? Like traditional tool or task, MS Excel, replaced by Pandas NumPy, Tally export, ODBC export, reporting via Excel. You have PyODBC, Skylight 3, OpenPixel, XLS Writer. Bank reconciliation tool like Excel macros was used earlier. We have custom Python script using CSV Excel parsing. GST 2A, 2B reconciliation tools. We have APIs, we have Python JSONs, XML parsing. We have TDS, thesis summary reports. We have TDS, CSV extract, Python, auto grouping, summarizing, verifying from Form 26 AS versus book entry, invoice reading, compliance calendars, audit work papers, MIS reporting, trial balance analysis, Form 3CD clause checking, file comparison, so on and so forth. So for whatever work we are doing in a chartered accountant firm, whatever work we are doing as a CFO, as a finance team, the office, for all those work, you have got something or other in the Python ecosystem. And mind you, you may start with a 1 hour, 2 hour YouTube video saying how to learn Python, and you may feel it's not interesting. It's not very, very helpful. But once that first code of yours runs, you will say, wow, it does wonders. And it's actually, I'll give you a roadmap also, how can you implement all this in your office as well. And finally, on our Python, that was first half an hour, giving you complete backend, the theoretical part. Now let's move to something wonders which we were all waiting for. So Python for CS, fact of life. CS spends evenings reviewing Excel files. Staff spends days cleaning data. And all this repetitive work can be automated. Just think as a chartered accountant, if all this boring part was automated, how will you feel? The ICA, the large firms, global firms now use Python for reconciliation, analytics, and reporting. Vivek, this is meant for large firms, not for SMC practice, small and medium-sized practice? No, my friend. It is meant for everyone. Even a single proprietor firm in a corner of a village can use it because computer has no hindrance, no limitation. And the real benefit is about routine work done faster, human judgment applied where it matters. That's it. So the skepticism which is there in our profession, all the judgments can be applied where it is required. But the routine work can be done actually very fast. So today we'll be doing some of these case studies, something called PDF merger. You all have been using online softwares for merging PDFs. I'll let you, if you are there in your system, you can just follow my instruction and you can start using that PDF merger. I'll show you how to run that 26 AS converter. Sales register analysis. You have a standard sales register of your client. How can you just run a Python code, analyze that? Investment analysis. My favorite. Going to an NBFC companies for audit or working in a large NBFC company as a chartered accountant. It really takes a lot of pain when you are asked, boss, I have to do fair value to PL, I have to do fair value to OCI, I have to do fair valuation, I have to do mark to market. Give me the fair value as of yesterday. Thereafter, also give me the details. Which of these companies has announced dividend during the year? What was the rate of the dividend? Might quantity be so much of the purchase after the dividend date? How much of the dividend has to be booked as an income in my books? All this, thousands of line, 10,000s of line items, where you used to check one by one, can be done automatically within seconds. Within seconds. And some credit card statements, you may have, say, a single company's credit card for 12 months, and you're doing an income tax return of an individual, and that individual has given you the credit card statements. The life goes for nightmare when a staff or junior article is also required to open its statement, take the data, all the debits and credits, plot in Excel, 12 times opening each file, giving a password, and then analyzing all the expenses which are there. It's really tedious, my friends. And it gives us the pain because when we were working 15 years back, 20 years back, all these writing tools were not there. And all this was actually done manually by all of us. So Vivek, something about web scraping. Just think, you're working and you want to know what are the various cases which was announced by ICI, or you want to download all the PDF file from a specific folder of ICI, and you ask your person, please download all these 226 files one by one. How much time they will take? Instead of that, our Python, your Python software, without having the knowledge of coding, does that within seconds. So let's deep dive into that. So this is a code, a basic code which I am using. I'll just show you the codes also, don't worry. I'll just go to a simple ChatGPT and write this code. What is this code? This is the link of the ICI website. I'll just show you the link also. This is the link of ICI website of the disciplinary directorate where all the orders and findings are there. And there's a button to download those findings, the reports of the DC. Now, I don't have time to download all this. So what I did, I just I have written over here the link. Act like a Python expert. Please give me a Python script for Jupyter to download the PDF case loss from the above web page and give me option to choose folder where to download the file. I'll just run this script, run this basic Python, basic prompt for ChatGPT, and the ChatGPT will think, will check the website from which I am wanting to have this, and it will give me the complete prompt which will help me in downloading all those which are there in this link and just run it. So it will explain what this does, the script, what is the work of the script, and then a long Python code which I am least bothered with. Just in front of you, I'm not having anything pre-made. I'll just copy it. I'll go to basic Python. I'm using over here Jupyter Notebook. I'll show some examples with Jupyter, some with say Colab. I'll just go to Python file and open a simple Python file. Paste. I have done two steps. Number one, went and given a prompt to my ChatGPT. I just rename it as DC Python for CA. Rename. So I went to ChatGPT. I wrote a very basic prompt, giving a link to anything, maybe an index courses or maybe a AS links. Act like a Python expert. Please give me a Python script for Jupyter. Jupyter is my software which I'm running, a free of cost software where I'm using Python codes. To download the PDF case loss from the above web page and give me an option to choose folder where to download the file. Simple. Just went to DC Python for CA. I've copied pasted. Over here is my run button. I just run this cell. And enter folder path to save. It will asking me the path of the folder where I want to save. So what I'll do, I'll create over here a folder, new folder ICAI. Just copy this, paste over here, enter. So it has taken the path of the folder where I want to save, and it is downloading. Just think, found 192 PDF links. How much time your person will take to download this 192 PDFs? If I am very super fast, an hour, because one by one you have to download. You cannot just go and click. You have to click on the link, open it, save, go to a folder where you want to save, and just run this download. And this file makes life very easy. And with this, I'll also open another very lovely Google supported online version of uh, uh, Python ecosystem. That's called Google Colab. It's a free of cost because it's Python and you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. Just open it and life is very, very, very simple. Vivek, how you are saying life is simple? Just check it out. In the meantime, this is downloading my file, DC Python, around 88 done. In the meantime, I went to Google Colab. I just logged in with my email account and open this. And over here, there's a blank page, a blank code like we had just now in Jupyter, where I copied pasted from ChatGPT. Now over here, I'll make a calculator. I'll make a calculator. Over here, it says start coding or generate with AI. I'll just click on generate with AI. And I just go and write the prompt. Again, very simple prompt. What is the prompt, Vivek? Copy, paste. One second. Generate me an email. I'll just type in over here. Generate me an email. Which station will you want to go? Rate of interest and create to give an EMI amount. Just wrote a prompt. From that prompt, my collab, that is Google Colab, Python ecosystem for by Google, it will give me a code. So I'll just accept and auto run. Auto run the code which has been given by Google to me. In the meantime, I'll just check the file over here. 192 done. Just go and check the folder. See, 192 DC cases, all the files downloaded in a folder. And just open and show you also that all this is actually a file which is given and not a blank file they have created. 192 files, all the DC reports in a folder. How much time did it took? How much time did it took? So that is a basic power of Python. Going to any website, downloading whatever you want to download, and give you a single folder with all the files. So this was making sense. Again, going back, I'll just close DC Python, leave. I'll go to my calculator. It has given all the codes itself. What have I done as a chartered accountant? I didn't know the single line of code. I just gave the codes and said, please do it yourself. Over here, it is asking me enter the total loan amount. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 crore rupees. Enter the annual interest rate 9%. enter the loan tenure in months, 120 months. Loan amount, loan tenure, this. So just see the code which they have run. Task, calculate EMI, subtask. It has given me the course, generate automized schedule. Again, a big code. I have not written a single line of code. I have just created in front of you. Display result. And this is the result which they will generate. Just give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 second. Mm-hmm. 9%. Sorry, it has to be exactly 9, not 9%. And you can ask for the error also. What was the error? It will explain you the error and so on and so forth. And again, rerun that file. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. 151. You don't know so much. This is so much. This is the task they will do. Inside on next steps, define function, and so on and so forth. So this was the basic calculator, and we are not here to learn all this. Why we are here? I'll just take you to the next slide and give you explanation why we are here. So after this, the PDF merger we were talking about. Just think of around 190 files which they have given just now. If you merge all those into a single file, whether life will be fun, because client may share some 10 monthly bank statements as a separate PDF instead of merging manually using a website or tool where you go online, you give a data of the client online, there's data secrecy of the client. We use Python to merge them because it will be in your system, not going online. You can use something like Jupyter for running the Python codes. You can use VS Studio. And what it does, it can also be extended to TDS certificates, GST working invoice and annexures, creating a single work paper PDF from multiple outputs. Vivek, don't tell all this. Show me what you can do. I'll just go to my Google Colab. I'll go over here and I'll ask it for my PDF code for merger. It will open my Python to PDF merger for Google Colab. The environment which we are using right now is Google Colab. 2 or more PDF files can be merged over here, and a single merged PDF will be given. And as said, that client has shared 10 monthly bank statements as separate PDF. Instead of merging manually using a website or tool, we use Python. So install library, as I was saying when we were discussing, there are various library for PDF. Over here, I have used something called PDF Plumber. You just run this code created by AI. I don't know coding in Python, mind you. So just run the libraries and it will install the library automatically from net. Libraries are installed. Yes. Then I'll run the next code. You can run all at once also. I'm running one by one just for basic understanding. When I run this code, it will ask me, please upload the file. Over here, it is asking me to browse and upload the file. I'll just go for ICI. Let's merge all this in a single file. It will take some time. Again, merging all the 191 files in a single PDF file. And not only this, say you have 5 or 6 or 10 or 15 files, you want to merge it. You want to have file number 5 as number 1, file number 6 as number 2, and so on and so forth. You can just number it comma wise and it will do it. So while the merging happens at the background, we'll just move forward with the other codes because I have given lots of files to merge. Uh, just doing the, yeah, it will merge. So Vivek, I'll just show you once the merging happens. In the meantime, we move to our next sample as well. So as I said, this can be extended for merging all TDS certificates of a client. Bundling GST working and invoices, just giving all your reports in a single PDF file in a designed way like you get for large consultancy companies. And it can be very helpful, not only in this, but also in your report sharing, in your file sharing, for your documentation, for single work paper of the PDF. With this, I come to a very fantastic tool called 26AS Converter. I call this as fantastic tool because the power which this tool has is really humongous. And this tool gives me a lot of relief when we are doing stat audits, when we are doing tax audit. What is this tool all about? This tool is all about client pen map to multiple deductors, messy PDF files, staff spending hours of time doing the reconciliation. 26 years reconciliation is done by each and every small to large corporates. Frustration for partners and the risk of missed TDS claims, etc. So Python script reads the 26 AS PDF export, cleans the data, summarizes by deductor, section, and quarter, exports ready to review Excel sheets. And staff is freed for more meaningful analysis instead of doing this converting from PDF to Excel, then formatting, then structuring everything. And this gives consistent audit-ready documentation. And the partner and the chartered accountant, senior partners in the firm, they see only relevant exceptions and insights. So just go to that merger file. I'll just check out whether it has completed or not. It's happening. By mistake, I gave 190 files. Otherwise, I would have been 4 files. Let it happen. And it's a simple file, so we'll see. In the meantime, we'll go to another example of ours. That is 26 AS. So file, open notebook, 26 AS. So this is Python for TDS statement analysis 26 AS, whereby I'll just run all the codes to make it simple, where it will run the codes over here, installing the package. Again, I have used something called PDF Plumber. And this PDF Plumber will help me in running the codes as it helps me to take all the data from the 26 AS, just see the length of the code. Mind you, I am not a coder. It is asking me to upload the file. I'll just go over here and upload the file from my folder. It's a dummy 26 AS. After uploading, just see over here the output which it will give me. Tax statement date-wise analysis. It will give you all the transactions, the party name, or the party name, the amount paid, total amount deducted, total TDS deposited, serial number, section, date, transaction, booking amount, booking date, remarks, amount paid, TDS deducted, month, year, quarter, and all the transactions for 26 AS is there. Along with that, the date-wise summary, whereby you have got number of transactions on those dates, amount paid, tax deducted, TDS deposited, TDS rate, at which rate the TDS has been deducted. Then party-wise summary, where you have the party's plan, thereafter number of transactions, amount paid, tax deducted, TDS deposited, section, and rate of tax. Not only that, where you see any deviation in the rate, you can just check that transaction and see why there is some deviation. Like in some cases, 10.01 is okay. But if any case, like this case, 10.67, why there is a deviation? Why the TDS is more than 10%? This really helps me when we do our stat audit, internal audits, and so on and so forth. Then monthly summary. Along with the party-wise summary, date-wise summary, monthly summary has also been given. And mind you, my friends, I'm talking about some total 163 transactions in that 26 AS uploaded by us. So monthly summary, amount paid, tax deducted, TDS deposited, and TDS rate percentage. Thereafter, section-wise summary, unique parties, total transactions, amount paid, TDS deducted, tax deducted, etc. And then the overall summary, what was the total unique transaction, unique parties, amount paid, and average rate of TDS deduction, and so on and so forth. So I hope this made sense, as this actually makes our life simple, and this really gives us using Python as a fun. When you make a code like this and run it, and it gives the output required by you, it is actually a fun. So this was the 26 AS file, whereby we just uploaded a file and it gives me a very clean output showing us the party-wise detail, top 5 parties, and comprehensive summary, etc. Mind you, I have not done a single line of code. I have not done a single line of code in this file. Everything is done by generative AI. Import libraries, define helper function, and thereafter the complete coding. All this has been done by AI, not by me. So I'll just close this. I'll just close ICI. We'll move to our next sample. I'll just show you again the PDF merger. I think I've closed the file by mistake. I'll just show you with 4 files. And what I meant to say when I said page 1, 2, 3, 4. Run all. I'll just go down. And if any one of you are doing this simultaneously, and if you are missing the bus, don't worry, just note it down, because we all have not done any coding ourselves. Everything is done by generative AI. So yeah, I'll just come. I'll go for those files. Waiting for CA, PDF merger. I've taken 4 reports issued by NFRA and uploaded that 4 reports because I wanted to understand what were the findings in those reports, which I can implement in my own practice and learn from the findings of those 4 reports of inspection issued by NFRA. So I'll just merge all these 4 files. We have uploaded the file. It will ask you the question, what order you want, which one you want first, second, third. So I'll give 3, then 4, then 1, then 2. Means 3 means EY will come first, PwC next, then BSR, and then Deloitte. Just run it. They have opened it. They have merged it and given me an output of 73 pages, where EY report was first, and so on and so forth. Not going online, not giving any my data to any of the websites like I Love PDF, etc. Having everything in my system. That was the merged PDF for you all, my friend. Now let's go to something very interesting. You think all this were not interesting? Yes, it were. But as we move forward, the interest should increase. So, investment value. What do you mean by investment value? Before investment value, I'll just show you one more thing. That's PDF merger we have done, and 26 we have done. Let's go for investment value. I'll show you a sample file of some of the shares purchased by an individual. For the relevance of this session, I have kept it very simple. And this is the data set which I have. Stock name. Intentionally, I have taken some names of the stock of Bombay Stock Exchange. My code is only meant for NSE, National Stock Exchange. And I've taken the buy date, the sum of the open quantity, the rate at which the purchase was done, and sum of the total buy value. This is the data set of, say, sample 21 transactions. From this sample 21 transactions, I want to know mark to market, what was the valuation yesterday, total profit and loss, where the company stands, and when was dividend distributed for the shares, and whether anything was distributed after my purchase, and if I'm eligible to have those dividends. And if I'm eligible to have those dividends, what is the total amount of the dividend income which has to be booked by the client? The case study is clear. Let's just go minimize this file. Go to, again, I'm in Jupyter right now, share evaluation. I have the code. I'll just run the code. Again one, again one, again one, again one, and over. And because I've done the code and I have used Tinker, which we were discussing when we were discussing the libraries. So in the Tinker, this UPI is there where it is asking me in Google Colab, you are just going and browsing and uploading the file. But in Tinker, it is opening like a window file where it is asking me where is the file where you wanted the input to be taken from. So I'll just tell it that it's there in my investment valuer, the share details. Just now we were seeing this file. I'll just close this file as well. And let the software or the Python code do its work. It is running. See over here, at within possibly delisted, no price data found, because this is from BSE. This share is not listed. Adwin, Kilburn, they are not listed on NSE, they are listed on BSE. Therefore, the details are not there. So I'll just minimize. It is asking me where to save the output. I'll say over here, share details, final. Enter. So now this is the output. We had seen the input, and this is the output. Just see this. See the magic which the Python has done. So this was the name of the script. This is the open quantity, rate at which it was purchased, sum of the total quantity from the script, name, it is tried to take the NSE symbol which is there, last closing price, Alt HK. So purchase at 2475, last closing price 2296, total fair value so much, mark to market 1797. After our purchase, that is 4th June 2025, on 7th 11 2025, 4 rupees was announced as dividend. Therefore, I got 40 rupees as to be accounted as dividend. So this is the dividend amount on HK, and this is the dividend to be accounted. Isn't the life so simple with Python? Where I just give a file like this, where it showed you the name, date of purchasing the script, sum of the open quantity, date, sum of the total buy value, and this is the output which comes. Output which is very, very helpful when you are doing an audit for, say, NBFC, where you have 10,000 or 1,000, 2,000 scripts, n number of transactions, or you are doing audit of an individual who just buys and sells shares, stock broking house, and so on and so forth. So, automation using Python. I hope now you must be having some fun with this basic Python tools, which we have seen. And I would not say it as a tool also, I'll say as a script. So we have done share evaluation. Now I'll move to something very more, I can say next level. Vivek, next level? Yes, next level. What is that, Vivek? So investment value, the client asks for fair value estimates on listed stocks for board meetings. Partners scramble for website prices, past dividend. Tedious manual copy paste from multiple sources. Last minute errors, delays, and nervous board session. It may happen to anyone. The board may ask that today is the board meeting. Tell me what was the fair value of all the shares which is there in your balance sheet. The life value can be asked for. And this becomes very helpful, very useful. If it is there lying in your Jupyter, lying in your Google Colab, and you are using it for your client. Similarly, Python is doing it live. It is pulling stock prices, dividend yield from web, like the API or safe scrapping, which I just discussed. Calculates the fair value and dividend income for any list of stocks. It can be 10 stocks. Life is simple. I can do manually, Vivek. But if it's 1,000 stocks, if it's 2,000 line scripts, some of the clients, individuals I have seen doing purchase, sale, purchase, sale, purchase, sale regularly. What happens on those days? I can modify the script and say, give me mark to market of 31st of March, or the quarter ending, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. This is really very helpful method. It actually helps us and gives you the fresh portfolio valuation in seconds. Consistent basis for board and family office reporting. Many of the companies now have family office. They have MIS budgeting, MIS dashboard you can create out of it. You can link the output to a folder, and from Power BI, take the folder input as an input and make a dashboard out of it. And numbers of work can happen. Now, one more small user case close to me, I have been discussing for last 1 hour on it. It's a credit card data consolidation, juggling between cards, statement in different formats, duplicate expenses. And Python script will give you all the statements, if in CSV, from PDF. And let's see how it happens. Let's check it out ourselves, whether it happens. So PDF merger, I'll just go back to my Jupyter lived page. Over here, you'll find something called SDFC card merge. I'll just run that. Again, it is merging the files, but over here, the simple uh, uh, input is that all these files are password protected. So when you are writing your code, you can give the option that please prompt me for the password, or you can also give an option that the password is this for this individual. You can make it individual specific, you can make it company specific, or you can make it credit card statement layout specific like HDFC card regalia. Just run this code, Vivek. Just show me what can happen. I've just run this code and it is asking me, Vivek, where is your input file? Input file means where are your credit card statements? Over here, it is asking me to select those statements. I'll just go select the 12 months card statements. It is asking me where to save the merged file. I'll just save it on the desktop. So it will give you the merged credit card statement on the desktop. The details are there. All the files together, 34 pages. And just now I run another code. What is that? HDFC Excel. And this file will help me to take all the data from the PDF into Excel. And this will do some scrapping, so it will take some time. Just see the codes also. PDF install PDF Plumber and Pandas Open Excel. That is 3 Open Excel for Excel, Pandas for manipulation, understanding, PDF Plumber for reading the PDF file. It is asking me where your merged file. I'll just select the merged file. Now it is asking me where you want the output of the HDFC credit card extract. I'll just say on the desktop. Going through all the pages, it may happen there are 4 lines which are useful for you, and going through 4 pages of each month and giving you that 4 lines which is of use. Let's see. All HOI. Converting this to the, we can do the formatting in Python itself. Just for simplicity, I just did that on HK. No, all NVT. I'll just make a date-wise pivot of same. So which month, how much was the bill amount of the individual? And then from those bill amount, go and check the bank statement whether that amount was deducted as a credit card bill payment. Reading 12 months file, each file opening several times, writing the password, copying the detail. If you're converting from any utility also, the conversion will not happen to the perfection because only 4 or 5 lines are useful and remaining information are of no use to us. And if you want any other detail also, it can just scrap it. It can just read the OCR and do it for you. Simple credit card data extractor for you all, my friend. Vivek, all these are good. Tell me something more. So let's deep dive into the presentation. I'll show you one more example, which you'll obviously like it. But before that, the magic you had seen just now, getting all the data from credit card. Think about it. Sales is the insight. Bank statement reconciliation, two-way versus books, exception identification, common size financial statement, vouching automation, GST mismatch, forensic pattern, ledger cleanup, ratio analysis, linking your tally with Excel using ODBC and Python, clean ledger, remove duplicate, flag suspicious entry, customer aging bucketing, ratio analysis, your ARAP reconciliation. And what I have used for all this, ChatGPT free of cost. Cloud AI has limitation, have multiple accounts without payment. Cursor again good for coding. Google Colab and Gemini Google Colab for the Python ecosystem. And Vivek, all these are good to look at. But from today itself, how to get started? Give me a roadmap. Give me a roadmap for my firm. From here, where do I see tomorrow myself? Because we all started that question which was there in our mind, how I will do the automation in my office, how I will inculcate all this discussion in my office, how I'll do development of automation skills with Python, and how it will be a game changer for chartered accountant. So we have to identify one internal pilot first. Take a week's time, that's on maximum side. One internal pilot project which we do want to do automation. Form a small Python shell, partner an article, maybe an article itself, not a partner also. Make a small shell which will do the Python automation. Start with one use cases like the 26 AS I showed you, or bank reconciliation, or anything which is the pain point. Maybe converting all the bank statement of a single client into a PDF and extracting the data into Excel sheet. Use the audit of finance staff freed up for better analysis and leverage the ICA online resources for basic Python. You can go to various courses which is happening on ICI. You can tell your articles that what they have learned from the ICI study material which is there. So the firm roadmap is internal pilot. Before having an internal pilot, there's something more. What is that? Before starting an internal pilot also, you can also do a listing. A listing means making a list. Making a list of all the work which is done in your firm. Everything, anything and everything which is done in your firm, which is repetitive. Meaning whatever you do in your firm and which is repetitive, you have to make a list of it. And then after making the list of all the work which you do in your firm, like maybe a selling competition, maybe a 26 AS, maybe a ITR processing, maybe a trial balance review, and maybe uh, attendance calculation of your staff itself, your in-house work, sending mails to your client, sending a standard work, or when you do audit, so maybe an engagement letter which is there, maybe a MR which is there, maybe an appointment letter, a consent letter, whereby you just give a standard format and say, whenever I run the Python code, in this consent letter, ask me 5 questions. What questions you ask me? You ask me number 1, name of the entity to whom it is issued. Number 2, address. Number 3, consent for which year. Number 4, who will sign this, the consent letter, the name of the partner. So you just run the Python code. It will ask you all these questions and it will fill in the blanks over there and generate a PDF or Word file which will be signed and shared with the client for your execution of the consent. Like I said for consent, similarly for engagement letter, MR, what will this do, Vivek? You will have a simple templates. For everything, there will be a template, and this template will be used, and you will have standardized working in your firm. And as I said, forming a Python cell has one article, one CA. If not, if you don't have a CA, have 2 articles stream, and let them do some basic working, and sit with them for half an hour in a week. You can do 26 AS bank reconciliation, and this will actually help you solve a big problem. Big problem of not getting stuff, not getting team members. All this can be sorted out by implementing Python. It will not happen in a day, but somewhere we have to start. Somewhere we have to take automation as a part. And once you start doing automation, the life will be simple. So handling CA concerns, we always have Vivek. In today's AI world, my team is uploading everything and anything about my client on your generative AI. So whether the data is there, what happens to the data security, data privacy, it goes for a toss. So when it goes for a toss, what to do? Use Python. Why? In Python, everything is there in your system. You're not sharing client data with anyone. It stays with you. File stays local, nothing on cloud. And then integration. You can integrate Python works with any exported Excel file, CSV file. You can link it to Power Query. You can link it to Power Pivot. You can link it to Power BI and so on and so forth. Staff upskilling is very important. Once your staff starts learning on the skill, it will make them work smart and focus on more value addition work instead of doing repetitive work. Goal, the simple goal to start with, save 100 hours per quarter. Save 100 hours per quarter and then just see how automation with Python will do magic for you. Vivek, what is the call to action? The call to action will be before next quarter end, automate one routine task. At least when one routine task is automated, you will have confidence, and this confidence will help you to do the next level, that is listing or writing down repetitive work and starting automating same. And bringing Python into your practice, empowering your team, and adding new value to the client. Just think an article of your firm going out and saying, this firm teaches us Python. You will have more pull effect and you will have more CV for articleship as well. So we have to learn Python fast. But before learning Python, again I will show you one more use case. Let's deep dive in. Vivek, one more use case? Yes, my friend. One more use case just for you all. I'll go to my Google Colab. I'll just open Colab. In this Google Colab, we will go and see something as sales data analysis. But I will try to explain you the code which is there because that will give you more fun. It's a Google Colab. Run the sale before to install the package. So there's a few options which I've given over here. You can upload the file over here. You can upload from content.drive. You can upload from inside the Python itself directly, or you can just have an upload option. I have chosen the upload option. What is the file? I'll just show you. Give me a second. Python file. This is a dummy sales register of 50 SKUs having some 1 lakh transactions. So for 50 SKU having 1 lakh transactions, and I'll just sort this. It's a VA Python Global Limited Company, invoice number, invoice date, customer name, all these are dummy customer name, customer city, customer pin code. Really, how we make this dummy data for our understanding also? I'll just show you. Give me a second. Python names. So sales is the data set. This is the data set. Control C. Control V. Enter. This is how I created the data set. Create a dummy database of sales data of 1 lakh entries of FMCG company named VA Python Global Limited, having 50 SKU with Python shampoo, Python face wash, Python sandal soap, Python nose water, etc. And this is where I got this complete database. And mind you, all this black one which you are seeing is nothing but a Python code which ChatGPT uses for its own work. So it gives me a CSV file, text file, and Excel file all. Dummy sales register. So this is the dummy sales register which I was talking about, created over there, where customer state, customer GSTN, all these dummy GSTN, and other details which was asked for has been given to me. Now, I'll just upload this and ask Python to please use this and give me some valuable output. Let's see, run on. Once it downloads the basic models which is there required, it will give me option to select the sales register. Python for CA, sales register, and sales register. And this will help me in uploading the Python sales register. Once upload happens, it will review all the 1 lakh transactions which is there, and thereafter it will help me to analyze the 1 lakh transactions and give me output like ABC analysis. It will give me output like trend analysis. It will give me an output of item-wise, SKU-wise sales, and so on and so forth. And all this can be uploaded or modified as per your requirement. What is the thing which you want to check when you're doing audit? What is the thing which you want to review when you're doing audit? All this can be done using a single simple tool using Python. Vivek, you are saying that you have created all this tool, but have you created from Python? How do we know? Just check it out. In the meantime, at the backend, it is running. I'll show you the code also from which I've created this. It's in a Colab share system. Yes. So just PDF, Jupyter Notebook, executable. I just have to log out and let's enter with another ID. I'll just show you. Give me a second. Continue with Google. C, Control V, and done. Sorry. Plot. This was the code using Claude. Sales register analysis tool has created an interactive sales register analysis tool that comprises the comprehensive code analysis with the file upload feature. Here's what the tool provides: code analysis, data validation, price analytics, pivot analysis, customer insight, time series, ABC classification, quality check, export system, blah 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 blah. And this is giving me the code. Then I give me back the file as Jupyter notebook file. So you can either use in Jupyter Notebook, you can use in Colab. You have to just change the file to a certain extent when you are changing the language in which you are using. It's like using a Mac OS and using a Windows OS. So let's move to my sales list analysis. I hope that's completed. Yes, 100% done. Okay. This is the sales. Now this is the output. We all have checked what was the input of that file. Let's see the output, how it has come. Which one? Enable editor. So this is the output where you have what sale. It says over here on the page. E-commerce, there's a sale of 10 CR, general trade 10.69, e-commerce 10.69.47, modern trade 10.86. Thereafter, sales month-wise. In the month of August 2024, this was the sale of each division, whereby you had e-commerce, general trade, modern trade. We can check whether there's an increase or decrease in sale of each division. Just see. Over here, 8.4% was e-commerce. Over here, 8.1% is general trade, and e-commerce has fallen. Then over here, again, they are similar. Over here, the modern trade has fallen. So you can do a basic analysis. What is the percentage of total trade compared to e-commerce? You can see in this month, the sale itself has gone down completely. So all this review analysis can be done thereafter. The number of invoices, the quantity of product which is gone. What is the average rate at which the sale has happened, average bill value, which you have all seen in Shark Tanks and various investment forums? What is the total sale of that customer, and what is the average rate in which the customer has bought? Thereafter, the ABC analysis, whereby which product gave you how much of business, and what is the total value or the cumulative sale of that product in the total sale. Like Blue Python has the maximum sale, and it has given you 5% of the total sale. And if you see this minus this, yes, next is Engage Python has given you 3% sale. X Python has given a 3.8% sale. And there is duplicate bill because I have generated this from AI itself. So no duplicacy was there, but the duplicacy can also be checked in this code which we had given. Any duplicate invoice was generated or not. So this is the output given by the input of 1 lakh line item of sales. 1 lakh line item of sales, and this is the 12 analysis, the customer KPI, the EBC items and duplicates. And you can just think of whatever you want output, what is your input. Everyone has a sales data as input, and from that sales data, what I can generate as output, that can be checked in. Along with that, I obviously keep on saying that we have to learn Python fast. We have to learn Python very, very fast. And I'll also try to give you some of the use cases which we are using in our office as well. Nothing, no one can replace an auditor's knowledge, judgment, and exercise of professional skepticism. The code of ethics keeps on saying about professional skepticism, and that's a very much required. And if you want to follow me, just connect me with LinkedIn or YouTube. Just scan this QR code and follow me on LinkedIn and YouTube. I'll tell you, some of you must be using SAP and how we are using Python codes in SAP and why, or I could say how the Python codes are helpful in SAP for us. So just close the presentation, don't save. I'll give some time for question answer if any is there. Give me some time, I'll take you to some more use cases. You see, it is all about thinking where you can use Python in your office, how you can use Python in your office. All those thinking are very much important. So when I go for Python for CA, automation Python, see, we are doing lots of journal entry review, the opening balances review, a review of items where the user has done only 12 entries or less than 12 entries during the year. If that user is doing less than 12 entries during the year, it means that user only does specific type of entries or is like a CFO or the senior position who does any specific entry in their system. There may be keyword entries. The keyword entries may be like you can think of, say, keyword entries can be like a one having penalty, class expense, approval of MD, approval of CFO, all those words in your entries, then it's a keyword entries. Then recurring digits. Recurring digits are those digits which are keeping on recurring, like transaction when you had the 10,000 limit, transaction of 9,900, transaction of 9,500, transaction of 9,200. That's recurring digit. Manual entry in revenue ledger. In any revenue ledger in your journal entries are passed, then why it is passed. Manual entry in consumption ledger and public holidays, any entries which are passed on public holidays. All this we do by just dumping the data, running the Python code, selecting that file, and continuing selecting that file, and just running in a single click. In a single click, you can get that data. That what are those data where you can use Python for. Not only this, as I was saying in one of my recent case study, where we had gone for a review of a industry factory for function audit, whereby I have seen that I was supposed to review the QC reports of say coal, and there was 365 reports for each year. For 3 years, there was 1,035 reports. And manually typing those reports in Excel, or one by one converting those into Excel was very difficult, very, very difficult. So what my team did, they just created a Python script, uploaded all the 1,035 data, merged it into a single file, run another script, extracted all the data of QC reports into single line items of Excel sheet. Just think the amount of time which we have saved or else we would convert one file. Each conversion will be very shabby because one data is on the top, another is on the left, another is on the right. And from those one data, taking it into your Excel file was very difficult. So that use case gave me lots of support, and again, the faith which we had shown on Python 2.5 years back when I started decoding Python. Another use case which we did from SAP itself again, whereby there was a purchase orders which were required to be checked. So we have a sampling, we have done the sampling. After doing the sampling, we require specific POs from the system. Now, earlier we used to go in the each PO wise, we used to go enter the PO number and download those POs. Now, just run the Python script, give the PO numbers, all the POs will come to single folder like we have seen just now with the DC reports which were there. In a single folder. So on one single folder, extract all the data into single line items of my Excel file. Similarly, have MyGo in a single line item. Do a simple analysis of the PO with Miro and MyGo and have a complete walkthrough for test of control. Complete walkthrough for our review. I'll tell you my friend, since we have started practically using Python, and now earlier I had learned some coding, but now forgetting all the coding at the back of the mind, using the generative AI and running the Python code has really made my life simple. Now we have got 15 minutes left, I suppose, and open to take some questions if you have any question, or else I'll move further some more examples for you all. Any questions? We can have that. I think chat box is there live. No, if possible, you can write in the chat box itself if any question is there. I don't know whether you all are able to write in the chat box also. Technical team, can you please see whether chat box is enabled for all the participants and whether they can write the chat in the chat box. Technical team, Sambit ji, please see whether chat box is enabled and the questions of the participants can be taken into. Whether the participants are able to write in the chat box any questions which are there. If not, please enable the chat box for them. Oh, okay, no issue. Whether any question answers session is there, I continue with my derivation. So as I was saying, Python for CA is very much required, and I'll take back to some of the important points which we have discussed. Please understand, these use cases are actual use cases, not a made-up one. So on the sales is the okay, which the white coding platform that you would suggest to work with Python? This software is free, OpenAI. Okay, I'll just come to that. And as I was saying, with white coding, life will become very simple. And the questions, the questions are coming. Yes, thank you.
Sir, we are getting some questions on the chat box. So
yeah, I'll reply to all those. Thanks a lot, ma'am. So, which white coding platform that you would suggest to work with Python specifically? My friends, I keep on using ChatGPT a lot. I use something called CLAUDI. You just check out my this in presentation, I had given some softwares which I've used for this session. Yeah, this other one which I would suggest. Why I use Google Colab a lot? Because Google Colab is empowered with Gemini, and Gemini helps us in creating those uh, Python codes. So it's really very visualizing also very good. Visualization is very good, helpful, and it's a live issues. And whenever you are having any issue in the software, when you are running a code, you can ask Gemini, please check and debug it and give me the correct code in this line item. Is Python AI software is free, open source, or to be purchased? Python is a language. Softwares of Python are something called Google Colab, free of cost. Softwares of Python is something called Jupyter, free of cost. No amount, no money to be paid for that. How can we create Excel sheet for auto reconciliation of ITC when I can purchase when I can add purchase list in one sheet and just about to be in another sheet? Another sheet will show reconciliation sheet automatically. This can be done using Python. Whatever question you have written over here, just go and write, act like a Python expert. I have this sheet with this column. Just give the header of that sheet. Second sheet header I require, give me first sheet, second sheet, and third sheet as output sheet. It will give you the reconciliation. So in ITR, we have provided shares transaction that running few hundred rows and have to check with AIS to ensure we report all the transaction. Can you please help with live examples of that? The AIS which is there, you just download that PDF AIS, you go to ChatGPT or Claude AI, you just say that my friend, act like a Python expert, give me a script to download to study this AIS and give me this data in this format. The output should be given that I want in column number 1 this, column number 2 this, column number 3 this, column number 4 this. It will give you the output in the required format from the AIS PDF itself, and then you can easily reconcile. Thus, vibe coding generates bug-free code. Sir, vibe coding generating bug-free when a software engineer with tons of knowledge cannot have a bug-free code in the first instance itself. How can vibe coding give that? So whenever whatever code is given by vibe coding, you just go and do that manthan, revisit that by trial and error, you will actually get very good coding for that. If a CA is working in MNC like Accenture, Genpact, and handling international clients, so how we can use Python there? You can actually use Python over there as well, my friend. When you are working with Genpact, Accenture, you have lots of repetitive work over there. You have to talk with your management, give a use case to those, and then implement across your company that Python codes. And when you are working internationally, you know how the coders are losing their job thanks to generative AI, and how we as a chartered accountant domain experts are becoming relevant with our knowledge of domain as well as using vibe coding. Wanted to maintain a client database, can I track that using Python? Like list of 100 clients where idea to be filed. That can easily be done. That can easily be done with Python. Now, this is the list of 100 clients. This idea has to be filed. This has been filed. This has not been filed. But why do you require Python for that? Simply have a Google Sheet or Office 365 online and have a single form over there where you can just update that. How Python can help us in building international clients? Python, first you have to showcase that you know the Python, and then become very active with various networking websites, like writing blogs, and then getting the client. It's a long journey, but Python will not help you to get international client. Your chartered accountant degree will help you get an international client, but Python will act as a catalyst to automate those work, which is done manually, repetitively, and it can actually help you in your day-to-day work which you are doing. And that's what one thing you have to take as a New Year resolution, as December is knocking on the door, that within 1 year or within 6 months, let's we all take a pledge. We will inculcate Python in our day-to-day work. The way we are using Excel, we'll use Python for that. And we all will become a smarter CA, CA relevant to this ecosystem, and actually will develop our skill, because this initiative on Python taken by this committee is actually very helpful, and this will help us to move to the next level and take a big leap in this work. That's all which I have for you all. Over to the moderators. Ma'am, over to you. That's all from my side.
Yes, sir. Sir, I think all the questions that were raised, you have explained us regarding the questions that have been raised. And clearly, the participants have understood the way the Python has to be used in our daily lives, and how it is useful to us. And I think today's seminar is really very helpful, because the commands and those other things that you have shared will be definitely used by the people in their day to day things. And by practicing Python more, I think everybody can take the exclusive benefit of what we have given up today in this webcast, because only on understanding the graphs and understanding the things won't work. It is that they have to practice this Python in a practical manner, like how you have given the different tools. And you have said that you are using the most Chat GPT on the platform, so a paid version of the Chat GPT will be useful to them for understanding more and taking out the benefit in their GST or income tax or whatever field they are using this Python more. So I think all the questions right now, whatever has been raised from the participants, have been answered. And not taking much of your time, I think we can wrap up this session. And sir, with whole consistent efforts, you have spoke for so much of time. More than speaking for 1 hour and 50 minutes is not a simple thing. So you haven't taken any break, and this shows that how consistent speaker you are. In the introduction session, I told that you have taken about over 1,000 sessions. Only after that you are able to smoothly and versatilely able to speak on this platform so nicely. So we are really thankful for giving us so much of things on the Python and sharing your intimate knowledge that you have gained by using these tools. This will help the participants to understand more on the topics that we are bringing on this webcast sessions. And not taking much of the time, it is such an honor that today you are a part of this wonderful webcast, and you have shared your knowledge on developing automation skills with Python, a game changer for CAs. It is really a time saving effort if we really work on this platform in a better manner. And I think this will be helpful to all the people who are in the student mode or in the practicing CAs mode. This Python can really change and save our lot of time. That that as the days we are having a lot of time constraints with the changing technologies that are coming in our profession and the challenges that we are facing. I am also very thankful to the Professional Skills Enrichment Committee, ICAI, for organizing so many series of webcasts daily, and for the students who are benefiting on the this platform. So on behalf of Professional Skills Enrichment Committee, ICAI, I thank you, Vivek sir, one more time for this enlightening session. I would like to thank all the people, all the participants who have taken the benefit of this session and who have utilized these 2 hours for gaining the knowledge. Even I would like to thank Dr. Sambit Mishra sir, their team, their technical team who were with us, and all those stakeholders who have taken the participation and have enriched from this knowledge today. So I would like to thank everybody who has attended this webcast. Not taking much of your time, signing off. See you, Bhavi Thakkar. See you soon tomorrow by a session. Till then, have a nice day. Have a good day. Bye.
Thank you, Babaji. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.